Hi my friends, here we go again. Today Russian ladder training part 3. Today I tried a full set, the whole program on the pull-up bar. A few other things I've warmed up and now we start into it and then we see. Let's do it. So this we take away and then we will see, if you don't know the Russian ladder system, watch part 1, long video, I explained it all. We start into it, 5 repetitions and then we make the ladder. So first 5, always rest. And then we will see, And still this, because this still hurts a bit, not that much, but I don't train into the pain, from the last video. And then we see, So 4. No music, music right. We don't need a longer video, Maybe a boring system is not that long, but when you watch it, it will be long. And even when you make it, it feels much longer than it is, because you make the same rest, same rest, same rest, But it works, 'So we are by 2 now, 1 repetition, then we have the first ladder, So first ladder is done, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 ladder, from up to down. Now the second ladder, we start by 5 again, little rest, little bit longer. Facts, I'm completely over from the work, I work every single day, no rest. Every single day for 100 days is the goal. And to carry the heavy bag, always feel it, that is the problem. But I have to train because when I wait, there is no rest day, That is the thing. A little bit longer rest and then 5 again, And I feel much better here, but still, in that position a bit. And if I would train now this, it will be not good, And always the bicycle, when you drive this holding, because I have no vibration, and so I have to hold it very hard because we have so many holes in the streets, and that costs also, when you do that 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, it's not the best way, And then to carry this heavy bag with bottles in, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, lift the bicycle, that is all not the best way, A little bit down. Five, second ladder, 5 again. boring, or? But that is the system, you know. It's not my favorite system, you know. Normally I make one set, or maximum 2 sets, not more. But that helps, you know. You have to make it. And so here we are. 4. Rest down. Oh my gosh, the saturation is not good. What happened? Wait, all damaged, you know. Oh, the saturation is good again. 98. The saturation 85 is the heartbeat. I was by 92 now. Never get panic, you know, 94 to 99 is normal. And those things, sometimes you pull it on and, oh shit, what is? No, you know, all good. But it's a tough training, you know. 3. And again, I never make it in lockout position, you know. Maybe it is better, you know, but not to me. I cannot tell it for my body, you know. My body never felt good to hang out. I don't know. I cannot imagine in another body, you know. If you can do it, make it, but don't rest, you know. Go completely down and up, completely down and up. But to me, when it doesn't feel good, and I'm doing it 25 years, so why should I do it when it doesn't feel good, you know? That is the thing. But if you can do it, make it complete, you know. But not to me. So 2. Good. And then 1, you know. Long training. But last day, maybe the Russian ladder system. And then we go on to 5-5 system, you know. That is also good. And then the other system 2 times. And then we will check out which number we have then after those training systems, you know. If we can do the 20 pull-up, but now we make it that way. 1 again, then we have 2 ladders. So. You know, now 2 ladders, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second ladder, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 pull-ups, short time, you know. That is the thing. But I would not make it for weeks, that system, you know. Because when you make that for weeks, you know, the 5 ladders are the end goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ladders. But when you make it for weeks, I guarantee you, you are not used anymore to make a lot of repetitions. You have to come back, you know. That is volume training now. We make so much more, 3, 4 times, 5 times as much pull-ups than normally, but always up from 5, you know. And so I would not make it too long, because then you will lose the numbers on pull-ups, only for a short period of time. That is important. In the 5-5 system, we make a bit taller, that you will see then. But we have now this grip and not this, you know. Better it would be to make it always the same thing, that you see the progress. But when it hurts, it makes no sense now. By this, I have no problem, you know. That thing, that was from carrying the bicycle, you know. Because I have to grab it, it's 25 kilo, and go up the stairs in such a bad way because of these big wheels, you know. Those big wheels, or grabbing the heavy bag, you know. when there are all puddles in, you know, and you grab it and go upstairs. I walk the whole day stairs, you know, 3, 4, 5 etages up with this heavy bag, and that is too much load, you know, that is the problem. But it gets better, so more rest, because now, third ladder, you know, a little bit weight, waiting. But I have to talk that you get not bored, you know, that is the thing. Normally I would stay out and watch a bit, you know, relax the mountains. Have you seen them? Now if you're new to the video, watch. That is beautiful, or water panorama. Damaged, you know. Always breaks out. Wait, I have to put it in. Wait. So we have to improvise now. Get it here. Off again, that is the problem. So, that we have. Now watch out and show you, know, to come down, with resting, then 5, you know. Then I will tell you something. Then you have rest. Never wait in that position. A few seconds good, but when you wait the whole time, you really can do no pull-ups anymore. You know? That is a bit resting, you know. And I tell you also what people do, this hangout, you know, that never was good to me, you know. I never liked it, never felt good. But I tell you what the problem was. My shoulder blade is a bit other than the right one, the left one, because back in the days I made over races on the Total Gym, the Chuck Norris tool, where he made the advertisement. And when I made those pullovers, I felt was strange, and from there on I went to orthopedics, you know, and this and that. And so I feel it also when I make a pull-up, you know, it's a little, all is other, you know, by me. So I have to adjust and make my own style, and that works best for me, you know, that is the important thing. But if you can do it correct and make it completely correct, you know, but when you also have problems, make it other, you know. So 4. Yes. And also my feet position, if you're watching, I always have the left feet over the right. I've never this, you know, because back in the days, you bought a book, there was no YouTube, there was no internet, and you watch the exercise, read it, and then you did it. And then you always try to do it the same way, you know. And that is how I do it. But I know nowadays almost no one has the feet like this, you know. But also helps for the abs, because most people go with the feet, you know, like always under tension. Keep waiting, watching out for the nature, you know. Now 3. Yes. Come a little bit down, you know. You know, who makes such a system nowadays? No music. Again. Nowadays, you know, with Instagram, TikTok, the people have to make strange things, new things, and tip and top and tralala, you know, and challenges, and all other is boring. But that works, you know, that works. But my progress would be better to have enough sleep. I don't have, you know. I have to sleep at afternoon, because at night today I had 5 hours something only. Then I slept at before midday, after the training a bit later I have to sleep again, that I can drive 5 more hours on the bicycle today, you know. I have no eating, you know. If I could make a protein shake, you know, it would be better now. After the workout I don't have it. I have nothing of that, so my progress is not that fast, you know, like yours when you have it better, you know. 3. Or did we already make 3? I don't know now. Was it 4 or 3 before? Yeah, now we have 3 and we make 2 and 1. You know, and rest. The best thing after such a workout is to have rest, you know. Rest for the whole day. Good sleep, good eating after the training at evening. To drink all good, you know. That would be better, you know. And tomorrow, no weight training. Rest, you know. Then you will feel the progression, but I have to drive 4 more hours and lift heavy bags, you know. That is the thing. So, 2. And always this, you know, I never complete, you know, I never have it complete, I have it a bit open, you know, that I don't stress the underarms, you know, little more fingers, you know, my weight is in the fingers, you see, I don't have it this, of course this, but the weight is here, and not, that makes also a difference, you know. So 1 more, then we have 3 letters. That was nice, you know. Now we have 3 letters. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second letter, third letter. How many pull-ups do we have it? Do we have now? You should know it. Calculate it, but not on a display. Calculate it always in your head, you know. My teacher always said in the ground school, all which is possible for your brain to calculate, don't use a calculator. Nowadays don't use a smartphone, you know. So these were now 45 pull-ups already, you know. 45, these are a lot of pull-ups, all in good mood, you know. There was not one where I felt it's not possible anymore, you know. Of course the first one is a bit better, I feel it, but there was not one single repetition where I thought, shit, you know. But I always have to keep the shoulder down, you know, because this left shoulder blade, I tell you that is my personal thing. But yeah, now I wait longer than the 4th letter, and that was the end last session what we did, you know. We made 3 letters, then 4 letters, and today the maximum would be 5 letters, you know. Come a bit down. Because now the 5 will be tougher, you know. And relax, you know, watch out. But break is important, you know. Many go too fast for the next repetitions and then they cannot do it, you know. And then it makes no sense when you go too fast for the next pull-ups, you know. But also too long. When I make now 6 minutes break, that is also not the perfect way. Around 30 seconds to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you know, after 4 letters you need a little bit longer than after 1 letter. That is the goal. So, 5. Yeah, was possible. By the 5th, you know, I felt it, but still I had not the thinking, shit, I cannot do it, but it felt a bit other than the first repetition, you know, but I can go over the pull-up bar with the chin, you know, depends on how long your arms are and this. But that was good now, you know, the 5. Then we make the 4. And I tell you, I thought I cannot do even 4 or 5 pull-ups today. That was my feeling in the body, you know. But a little bit waiting, then we make the 4. And also by going down, I don't fall down, you know. I also go controlled down. This is the same tension as I go up, you know. There is not the gravity where I fall down, no. So a bit waiting, then the 4. More difficult now. I don't know if you see that in the thing, but I tell you, it is much difficult now. But still possible, you know. Still possible. A little bit waiting. What shall I talk, you know? Street ball. If you know my street ball videos. The ball which I see so often now is a Platinum Series Spalding rubber ball. One of the baddest rubber balls which exists, you know. For the price, you know. It is better than a low-level basketball, you know, but I don't know why the people use it here, you know. There are so much better options, so a little bit wait. But I tell you, I will be so happy to come back to the street ball court. You know, I see them every day. I drive by working. Every single day I see almost all courts in the city, you know. Which court I don't see. Yeah, in 1 week I see almost every court, you know. So 3. You see, control down, don't fall down in the last. You see the strength is still there. So all courts, last time I was on there, in the mountains court, you know, I'll show you that. Sorry, watch out for the tripod. In the mountains court, it's on there, you know. I see it from here. Here, there where this house, behind this house is in the mountains court, you know. And there I also have to deliver. So I was at complete night, almost midnight, in the mountains court, you know. Of course there was no one there. Wait, I have to put it on again. So, but in the city, courts which I drive every single day, if you know my street ball videos. Wait, the tripod falling down again. Is nonsense court. There are always basketball players. Always, you know, competition. In Promenade number 1, I'm every single day. In Promenade 2, I'm every single day, also there. In Promenade 1, always full, you know. I don't know why, but the court itself is not good, you know, with the new rubber. Wait. So, we have to make 3 again, then I'll tell you more. Now, what are we 3 or 2 now? 2 or 2? 2, that is the thing. So, now make it very quick. The 1, then we have 4 letters, you know. How many pull-ups are those? You have to tell me. So 1, not long break. Controlled, yeah, 4 letters. This is good, you know. These are 60 pull-ups already. 60 pull-ups. Yeah, in Promenade 2, then most rings court, also often. Goes down court, you know, but there is never one. Olympia court, also Tivoli court, you know. But the players are always nonsense court. Many players, you know. 10, 15, 20. In Promenade 1, also there, 10, 15 people all the times, always the same, you know, always competition. One time they used now the 3-3 fever ball, you know. I would have imagined I go in now, grab the ball and kick it away and say, hey, you want to play street ball and use a size 7 ball, you know. I think they would never understand They are all younger, you know. They are maybe half the age of me. They cannot remember what was streetball in the 90s. There, and these are the courts, you know. Airport court almost never, because there I don't have to drive. Sometimes when I have time I drive there, also there are players. And which other courts? Yeah, the St. Nicolo court, you know, aka the the Superman court, you know. So a little bit rest. The Metropolis court, you know. Also there are players, you know. But not that much than a few years ago. In summer I've seen much more. But I see it all the day, you know. So I don't miss the streetball because I watch every day how they play, which players, you know, a lot. I know a lot. But I want to play again, you know. So now rest and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is also a thing. When you think you feel very bad, sometimes it works out better than on days where you feel very good, you know. That happened to Bet the Cat Army where I made the stairs training, you know. Demolition Tower, oh, if you know my videos. So a little bit wait, because now the 5, that is the hardest one now, but I think we can do it with waiting. So. Yeah, done. 5th was tough, but still I had no worries that I cannot come over it. It feels other, but there were no worries, you know. So then the 4, 3, 2 and 1, and then we have to make the push-ups and the push press with the kettlebell. And that will be enough, you know. So come a little bit down, you know. And which other chords do we have? There at the Lost Ring chord and sometimes, but there I see never people or seldom. The Strange chord, you know, outside there I'm also very often, because there I have to deliver to the Otov, to the Rattler. Which chord also? Yeah, last time. Gangster chord, you know. Beside of gangster chord, I had a young girl with her dog. She was at night, almost midnight, with her dog walking Gassi, you know. And then she said, hey, wait, give you my delivery. And I said, yeah. And then I got her the delivery. She wished me a good night, you know. That was nice. Very beautiful. So, 4. Yeah, 4. Now I watched out that I don't come to the thing, you know, then it is more harder for the abs, that you don't slide on it. And which other chords? The Grand Garden Arena, you know, also there. But there I don't have to drive, but on the street beside, left and right, I always have to drive, so I extra move in, also there. And last day I've seen one on the no-go court, you know, in the near of the Grand Garden Arena, where I told you I wanted always to play in there. There was one in, but I had no time. I extra wanted to drive back after delivering and ask him, hey, how did you went in, you know, illegally, or how does that work out? But then I had to make other route, you know. Yeah. Other chords, the playground chord, also there I'm often, you know, but there I also see not that many people, you know. And then we almost have every single chord in the city, or which one have I forgotten now? I tell you, the lovely chord. Now 3. 3, yes. The lovely chord, you know. But what was once my lovely chord, but there they built the house, you know, the new There's all dirt in. They have already built the base, you know, there's the hole where there was the disc, you know, for the cars, the skate park, the old restaurant house, all this away, and now they built the thing, so there is not good to play anymore. Complete other vibe, you know. They're playing a lot of volleyball beside, you know. And then we have all courts, or what I have mentioned now. So I'm all week at almost every court, you know. And the frequented courts I drive not only once a day, I drive it 4 or 5 times a day, you know. So I see what happens there. Now 2. Very controlled, you have seen it. And now the last one. Very good. So I always have to think in my head from this side to this side, which chord. The hidden chord, you know, is up, down. There I don't come because that is not the delivery thing. But the Hüttinger Hölle I have to drive almost every day. The half of the route, you know, that is tough. But all other chords, you know, I see, you know. I think I have not forgotten one. I also see the no-go chords, you know, also those in the city. So last one. You see, there is the strength there. Bam. You see, I can hold it. Bam. I can hold it. Bam. That you see that I don't lie, you know. That was now the 75 pull-up, you know, 75 pull-ups. And you have seen there is still energy there. That is the thing. That was not a limit. That was now very good. 75 pull-ups, you know, at one day. I'm not finished. I could talk, and that is the Russian ladder system. But only makes sense when you can do 8 to 12 very clean repetitions. Better 10 to 12. If you cannot do them, that numbers don't make sense. You know, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait. So now I can sit down. Oh, now I watch out. Here I have my bar keeping thing. And that is nice. Or what an out view, you see. Oh, amazing, or? In that direction you see those Stonewall Court, you know, the legendary Stonewall Court. There I want to be, you know. But wait until July, then I will show you something, you know. That will be then cool. So now we made the 75 pull-ups. Now the Russian ladder system is over to me because I have succeeded it. Of course, I could now change it to 6 repetitions to go down, or to make the ladder, the only sense to me would make now from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then again. Maybe you cannot do it the first time, then you also need 2, 3 trainings, but then we are too many weeks, you know, on the same system, which I don't want, because we never go over 5 repetitions. Now, we made it 3 times, you know. At the 3rd time, I have succeeded it. Yes, it felt much better than the first time, because I was not used up to volume training. Before, I made the 12 repetition clean, you know, or sometimes maybe a 13, you know, but 12 were good. And in the second set, I made maybe 8 of the wide repetitions, you know, of those ones. But wide, not completely out, you know, but the over grip and not the under grip there, this, you know. And so I had only 20 repetitions, and that was now volume, the 3 ladders, 4 ladders, and today the 75, the full ladder system, you know. That is enough. Next time, other system, which will help me to come to the 20 pull-ups. And you see the progression. I only train it twice a week, you know. Even with the work, no eating after training, no eating at night. I had to drive 5, 6, 7, 8 hours bicycle every day, but still I see the progression, and that is why I don't train every single day, not every second or not every 3rd day. I wait around 4 days, 4, 5 days, you know, around that is the best way to me, you know, with my conditions, what I have. And now we make the push-ups only 1 set, because we have a lot of volume in there, and 1 set push press. So we have 2 sets with a lot of repetitions to press, you know, not to pull You know, that pull would also be good, not only from that direction, but that is too much now to me, you know. And so 2 push variations, one on the floor, that bam, push, push-ups, and one in that direction. Then we have shoulder triceps, and that is enough, you know. The legs I have to drive 5 hours bicycle, up, boom, up, you know. You know, and there you see the progression. And that is good. Now I take the towel for the push-ups, you know. I make it now always on the knuckles, you know, with the thumbs up. Good control. Yeah, I put on the camera, then we do it. So, controlled always, you see, when I make my movements, I always make it in a correct position, not only go down, bam. I always watch, you know, shoulders back, all the steps, that I have the good position, I feel it, you know. Breathe in, ab tension, and then I start into it, you know. So that is enough, you know, I could do more, but I don't want to lose all energy, you know, to this now, because 75 pull-ups is a lot, you know, to me. And now the push press, and that is all. So my friends, the kettlebell is already there, which is nice. And you see, you can also have fun in training. Back in the days I made hardcore, you know, for me. No rest, 3 hours, all too much, you know. A good thing is always when you progress, you don't come every single training, progress. But when you go up, you see the numbers for repetitions, the weight, what you can lift. One day maybe a little bit down, then up, down, but it always goes a little bit up. Then you are on the right way, you know. Doesn't matter what exercises you make, you know. When you make a complete other training than me, lifting heavy weights, you know, then it's also good, you know. But I have my system which works out for my body, you know. I'm a light person, the back, you know, which I have since a child. I tell you, when I lift 40 kilos, which is absolutely nothing, you know, normally, I have pain, you know. What brings to that? Nothing. I had this since a little boy, again. It will not change. Why should I do it? You know what I mean? So, push press, very good exercise, because abs has to work, the shoulder, a little bit legs, and the heartbeat, triceps, you know. Very controlled, legs, from here to here is the leg, you know. And then the shoulder makes the end. Safest thing, but not for beginners. And not the first exercise when you are warmed up, you know. Because it's also 10 kilo, you know. In kettlebell it is nothing but 10 kilo or 10 kilos, you know, for the shoulder. Also by going down, it's not the gravity, you know, it is the tension. Dynamic tension, you can call it, you know. So that is enough, you know. In my opinion, better than pressing, you know, because it is safer, you don't grind in the shoulders, you know. When you never had shoulder problems, and then you can make shoulder presses, you know. The most important, it has to make fun for you, you know, the training. And to me, that makes fun to me because it is my free time. I'm happy after the training and it gets me the body which I like, you know. Athletic but thin definition, you know. I don't train to be big, you know, because that will never be the case. When you're a light person, ripped and light, I tell you, concentrate on that thing, that you get more ripped, even when you only have 60 kilos, or I don't know, less or a little bit more. It is better, wait, concentrate, one more, that is enough. That is better than to concentrate muscle growing. Because when you're a thin person and you gain 5 kilo muscles, you will even be by the muscle guys the thinnest. But by the ripped persons you are the fattest then, you know, with the most body fat. So concentrate on thin, ripped ab, that you see it, you know. And when you are a person which weighs in 90 kilo, you will never look like a Bruce Lee, you know. Then concentrate more on mass, you know. That is the better way. Then you will be there at the front. So a little bit wide. Wait. So now I'm happy we made it. It was not that long, you know. I don't know, 45 minutes, that is enough. I thought before I trained, I thought today is not possible. Tomorrow, no. I did it extra and then it felt much better and now I feel fresh. I feel very, very good. And now I'm very happy, you know, that I have made it, that I have succeeded it. That makes something with your mind, you know, you are happy for that. Realistic goals. And that is nice, you know, in the mind. So now we take a shower, drink something, a bit rest, and then I lay down a little bit, and then I have to drive 5 hours on the bike with the weather, I don't know, rain. Now it rains, you see, in the window, it starts to rain. Here I see it, the drops, you know. But that was nice, you know, enough. But I told you, when you have rest tomorrow, I would even do more, you know, a few ab exercises, legs. But with 5 hours, even e-bike, but upwards you have to drive with the legs, you know, and also straight a little bit with the legs. Then I make no leg exercise. So ladder, we have closed the Russian ladder system. Next time we will go on to this bar, a 5-5 system. You will see that is also good, you know, so 25 repetitions, but in another way. And then I have an extra tool, the end thing, and then we will check out which numbers we have on the things, but we have to come back to those because they make a difference than those now, you know. Otherwise we have to make the 20 repetitions in that style, you know. Yeah, that was nice. Keep training, stay tuned for the street ball, because I have a lot of things in my mind, big things, that you will see then, maybe in July, you know. So we see us next time by the pull-ups. Until then, bye and ciao.